The World Media Summit Global Awards for Excellence 2014 has announced its winners on Monday in China's capital city of Beijing. Teams from a monthly magazine in Gaza called This Week in Palestine and a correspondent of Nepali national daily newspaper, Nagrik, have both won the awards in the category of public welfare, which commends news teams and news professionals in developing countries. Lifestyles has details.
Days before publishing their most recent edition, a small monthly magazine called This Week in Palestine received a piece of surprisingly good news. Sunny Mio, general manager of the magazine, was in his office when he heard his team has won the World Media Summit Award for exemplary news teams in developing countries in Beijing.
It's firstly an honor. We're a little magazine in Ramallah, West Bank, and to be honored with such an award, or even second place, it is an honor. I think it opens up doors for us, but it also puts more responsibility on us. This is good for me, this is good for the magazine, this is an honor for me. And I have, a mailing list of thousands. I have, Facebook in the tens of thousands. And so, trust me, the word will go around and people will know.
Focusing on culture, heritage, science, and art, the magazine has targeted foreigners and Palestinian expats as a window into what is going on in Palestine. It prints 10,000 copies free of charge every month, with around 100 pages in each edition.
The mandate of This Week in Palestine, which is a monthly magazine, is essentially to promote and document Palestine. This is what we do. We promote and document Palestine. We are a national, liberal, and secular part of this society, and this is what we advocate. We are a non-political magazine that essentially promotes Palestine and aims at having an independent Palestinian state. And we do have a wide readership. Since it's been like December, it'll be 16 years running. We didn't miss a single issue. So we tried to give that impression of a normal society.
Mio said the reality of life in Palestine make it hard to be away from politics. The magazine dedicated a special issue on Gaza after a 50-day war with Israel that left over 2,000 Palestinians dead in the summer.
This is, for instance, we did a special issue on Gaza. We had to document, essentially, the war on Gaza. This is not the regular monthly issue. This is an extra issue. It's a documentation of what happened, some analytical articles, and a lot of personal testimonies.
The financial prize that comes with the award also helps to improve the non-profit magazine, where all writers volunteer.
Economic situation is dire. When our government doesn't have money, which should be the main force behind the private sector, much less, pulling it, it's been difficult. I had an incident last June, on the 22nd of June. The Israeli army came into the office, they broke into our door, even the office building down, and they broke the multi-lock, and they took 7 computers, including our servers, and they haven't brought it back. It's been like 4 months. So if there is any money, they'll probably be investing in buying new computer.
Senior Nepali journalist Surendra Pauel has received the awards for exemplary news professionals in developing countries in the category of public welfare.
I had sent my story just to gain experience, but when I heard the news about my winning, I was totally surprised and glad. It is the greatest achievement of my life.
His story on the struggle of migrant workers smuggled from Nepal to the United States lured by attractive income made him into the category.
Growing unemployment in the country has forced the Nepali youth to seek better opportunities in first-world countries. Thus, the innocent youth pay high amounts of money to the human traffickers for getting into foreign lands illegally. My story covers the painful journey and all the difficulties Nepali people have to face on the way.
Paudel has more than a decade of working experience as a journalist in Nepal. He currently works as a senior correspondent of Nepali national daily newspaper Nagarak. Pratik Pradam, the editor-in-chief of Nagarak Daily, told CNC that more press freedom is needed when producing more award-winning stories.
First of all, it's about
journalists can create good stories provided journalistic press freedom. Once the journalist is free to explore into his expertise area and the government is not nuzzling the press, the journalist can go deeper into social ills.
According to reports, around 1,000 Nepalis enter to first world countries annually through illegal process. The WMS Global Awards for Excellence are the first comprehensive news awards covering multiple media formats, including traditional press, photography, video, and integrated media. Over 450 news organizations and more than 500 news practitioners from 138 countries and regions have submitted 1,424 entrants during submission period for applying the awards this year.